on, we're live.
Hey guys. You know,
Whoa.
it seems we're going live. I can't see the notification here, but I think we're live. Good evening, folks. And I'm trying to flip the screens here so that I can get everybody on the live here also. So,
together, Brett. Come on.
Carl just joined in too. Welcome. So anyway, guys, we're here to do a live that I've been asking Craig for the longest time, but he's a pretty busy guy. So Eliana came up to us about a week ago saying that it was going to be the 40th skydiving anniversary, sorry. And it ended up that I used Eliana's idea to actually get Craig to do this live with us, and then we can have all the buddies here and just do a better live, a different live, which is celebrating, as I put it down there, the 40th skydiving anniversary of the best skydiver and friend in the world. So, Craig, happy birthday, buddy.
Yeah.
Happy anniversary.
Yeah. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Yeah.
Happy 40th.
Happy 40 years of skydiving, my friend.
Thank you, Dave.
Of changing people's lives.
Oh yeah.
All of us.
Yeah.
Not to mention,
For the better.
for the better.
So,
of course.
I want to do something here real quick, because I mean, a lot of people, younger skydivers, are going to be watching this, especially in Brazil. So I want to do this in Portuguese, and I'll apologize to you, Americans, but I have to read this through just real quickly. So, para quem não sabe quem é o Craig Girard, eu vou ler o CV dele, tá? O currículo do Craig. Ele ficou no Golden Knights de 1986 a 1984. Foi capitão do Arizona Speed de 95 até 2010. Foi capitão do time nacional de paraquedismo de 89 até 2010. Tem um pouquinho mais de 31 mil saltos, pouca coisa, né? Mais de 2.000 horas de wind tunnel e mais de 400 saltos de base. Ele entrou para o Hall da Fama. Deixa eu ver o que mais aqui. 7 vezes campeão mundial. O mais condecorado competidor no mundo. Deixa eu ver se tem alguém entrando ali. Não, tem. E vamos ver aqui o que mais. Estou me perdendo aqui. Tem os recordes 400 way, 357 way, 300 way. AFF, coach. E também tem a de demonstração. Ele é um pro flyer. Deixa eu ver o que mais aqui. Organizou o Arizona Challenge de 96 até 2010. Fez sempre o CTR de 2005 a 2010 em Boituva. Fez o Camp na Noruega de 2005 a 2007. Capitão de setor no 300 Way, no Arizona. Foi o capitão do Alpha Team no 357 na Tailândia. Foi o capitão da base no 400 Way, na Tailândia, 2006. Fez o Mission Impossible na Bélgica, na França, de 2005 a 2009. Specials Invitation, FS, na Bélgica, de 2006 a 2008. Empúria Brava Challenge, 2005 a 2008. Fez o 8-Way. Ele foi o coach de 8-Way da Austrália, de 94 a 95. O projeto da Suíça, em 1995. Sueco, de 95 a 97. Austrália, de 96 a 97. Ainda tem uma página inteira, calma. O H-Way japonês, 97 a 98. O alemão, de 2004 a 2005. O time nacional brasileiro 4-Way, de 2005 a 2010. O italiano, de 2005 a 2007. O alemão, EADS 2008. E da Bélgica, Hayabusa 2008. As medalhas. Campeão nacional H-Way, 88, 89, 90, 91, 93, 94, 98, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009. Campeão nacional de four-way, 89, 90, 2000, 2001, 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010. Campeão de 8-way da Copa Mundial, 8-way, 88, 90, 96, 2000, 2005. Campeão de 4-way da Copa Mundial, 2000 e 2005. Foi campeão em 2001 no Japão do World Air Games, Japanese World Air Games, né? 2009 foi campeão do Taiwan World Games, da Tailândia. Não, desculpa, Taiwan não. Me ajuda aí, pessoal. Não é Taiwan, é Taiwan. Português, estou falando errado aqui. Memorial International Cup foi na Rússia, foi campeão de 4-way 2007. Em 2010, em Dubai, o Golf Cup. Campeão em The Land, na Flórida, Shamrock Showdown, 2007, 2008, 2009. Campeão de 8-way em 89, 91, 93, 99 e 2004. Campeão de 4-way do mundo em 2001 e 2008. Wind Tunnel, Body Flight World Challenge, campeão na Inglaterra 2006, 7, 8 e 9. Campeão de 4-way nos Estados Unidos 2007, 2008, 2010. E no Paraclete 4-way 2007. Só isso. That's all, folks. So anyway.
This is great.
40 years.
Did really nice
Oh,
job.
not all, Brian.
Good night.
Do it again.
I'm exhausted.
E só para falar, and just to say, I have not talked about the 10-way and the 16-way championship. So anyway.
Okay, let's do it in English, okay?
No way. Use Google. Use Google Translator, anybody.
Sarah, let her try.
So anyway, guys, Craig, can you just I don't know, let's start. Can you just tell people a little bit how you started from your first jump to where you got? I mean, not that we've heard a million times, but I would like to hear the next million.
Yeah, this is going to be the most abbreviated. You guys all know I'm not an abbreviated. I made my first jump with my dad on this day.
Oh, how cool is that? Oh, that's great.
I spoke with my dad this morning, and my dad's still kicking.
Wow. Awesome.
But you guys, just to round it out, that whole journey isn't even about skydiving. It's about you guys. It's about like what's going on right now. And the jumping was a really fun vehicle, but that vehicle made me run into all you guys. And this one right here, this is the most wonderful, special. She's totally surprised me with this. This is so unexpected. So I started getting a couple of messages in the week from people like, "Hey, happy 40th! I'm going to be an early bird." I was like, I wonder how they knew. I was like, because I didn't put anything. Then like Airspeed, "Hey, what are you doing Sunday? You want to come do a 4-way?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's my 40th anniversary. I'd love to." I was clueless. And so, but Eliana is the most wonderful, lovely person. She was very secretive, which is not her style. So I asked her yesterday. I said, "Did you say anything?" Because we were busy all day yesterday, and so.
John Lemming just joined us.
Johnny Mac in the house.
Johnny.
So, but yeah, so it was funny because go ahead, Craig. Sorry.
Go ahead. No, with all of you guys being here for this, and you guys, as you know, you guys are very dear to me. and you guys know this. And so, but like to see all of your faces right now, it's a bit overwhelming, and all of the messages that I've received. I opened up 2 messages this morning, and I was just like blown away by the love and the stories, the photos. And I'm going to tell you this, like, I mean this in the most positive way, not bad. It's almost like we've all had friends who've died skydiving, and we don't say those things until they've passed, and we relive the stories, and we write them after they've passed. I was so emotional after reading the first 2 things. I didn't open any of them, you guys. I opened a couple. I was like, but the first 2 I opened was so special and from the heart. I was emotional. I couldn't answer anymore, and so I'm gonna have to answer them later. But you guys know it's the hugest experience. So, and I think Rhonda said it. She goes, it's almost like you're getting like if you've passed and they're talking about you, but I cannot tell you about this gift that you've given me, because it is
maybe more like a lifetime achievement award.
Overwhelming stories about, and it wasn't 5% was about jumping. It was mostly about how we made each other feel.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was good. It was good because Eliana did such a good job, because I was like, hey, Craig, man, I've invited you so many times for this live. What if we do it on the 14th? He's like, oh, man, actually, it's going to be cool because it's my 40th anniversary. And I'm like, oh, really? Are you serious?
Such a coincidence.
And I said, did you call people? She's like, she didn't say yes. She didn't even admit it was like, yeah, I did. She's like, she just kind of had like, and her eyes went this way. I was like, wait a minute.
Hey, I didn't get a call. I got a text message. I didn't get a call.
Wow.
Yeah, technically she didn't call.
Oh, thank you guys. It's overwhelming, you guys. It's overwhelming.
So,
you guys, we've all, like, anytime we're all together, that's the kind of experience we have when we're hanging out. And it has, skydiving isn't it, even though it's the most amazing vehicle. But
yeah.
That's what brought us all together.
Yeah.
That's what created our family. Yeah.
So, you guys know it's a happy hour, right? And a celebration. Does everybody have a drink on?
Oh, hold on 1 second. We have a minute.
Okay, I'll wait till you guys go get it. Okay.
Hey, get rid of Jason. I can't believe Jason doesn't have a drink.
He didn't have a drink?
Have an 8-10 beer.
I have to share. So Eliana bought me this bottle of tequila. It's like really, really nice bottle.
That guy.
We're having tequila on ice.
All right.
Nice.
All right.
Nice. Yeah.
Looking for that. Room temperature beer.
All right. So we're all here. John, you got a drink, John? Oh, come on. You're on mute. Unmute yourself. Unmute.
Let me get all the screens.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, I was just able to get onto my phone to get on here. I'm in my RV with nothing.
I'll drink one for you, buddy. So
Yeah,
anyway,
me too.
cheers,
I've
Craig.
got a smart water around here somewhere. This is it. This is gonna have to do it.
Taming it down these days, huh?
What's that?
Taming it down these days.
Yeah, like I said, it's just by where I am. I had to stop by my RV and show it. I'm selling it.
Selling it.
Yeah.
Class.
Wait, Jason, you're one to talk. You had to go and get a drink.
Well, I finished this one, so I had to get a refill.
Ooh, that smells bad.
So,
To do the toast?
Can we
do another.
Cheers.
Cheers, Craig. Happy anniversary, my friend. Happy anniversary, buddy.
Yeah. There you go. Oh, that was cute, Troy.
Aww.
We got to do it up big, but we have to save some for the 50th. You know, Greg's he's going to be skydiving in 10 years, man. So we got to do something really big for the 50th.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So we start planning 10 years out, right?
Yeah.
Got to do it in person.
Yeah.
Yeah, next time you post.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Sage advice, Rhonda.
And
So-
practice every year between.
Yeah.
So I don't know, guys. What if we do something fun, like somebody talk about some memorable jump with memorable jump with Craig, or I don't know, some funny time with him or something. Just try to make him cry. Come on, let's see if we can do that.
This is all being recorded, right?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yes, it is.
No, it's going to be the boundaries of friendship, Craig. Just the boundaries of friendship. All right. I may have to sign off now.
I think Dan BC should go first.
Yeah.
I've been told not to speak.
You and Dad are going to see each other in 2 days. We're doing 4-way in 2 days. Yeah.
Which decade would you like to start with?
First one.
Shall we begin with the 80s?
Yes.
Well, Craig and Eliana and I are actually jumping on a team together right now, which is beyond belief that it actually happened, and having more fun than we possibly could deserve. Having a ball, and there's not a day that goes by that we're not just in shock that we're getting to do it, and reminiscing about every decade starting from the 80s up till now, and all the fun and the great times there have been along the whole journey. Many of which, since this is being watched publicly, I can't share with you today. Not better for them nonetheless, one way or the other.
Absolutely.
But the first time I met Craig, we were in the bar you'd never have guessed, right? At the airport in Muskogee, Oklahoma, when the Nationals were still in Muskogee. And it may have been just the two of us, actually, in the bar at the moment. It ended up being several hours and bonded immediately, and have been brothers ever since, to this day.
It took 5 minutes to become best friends.
I got a word in after 6 minutes. Just last week, Craig, we're doing this team together, which is great because I had to do 4-way, and Craig and Eliana have done so much more since I stopped. So I'm learning a ton. Actually, can learn when you're this old. And I wrote something down the other day. I couldn't believe I ever could hear this coming out of Craig's mouth, because I'm taking notes to try to remember things. And Craig said, "Let's not even talk about it." For Craig, for how to do the move, how to do a particular move. Let's not even talk about it. These words came out of Craig Girard's mouth.
Very odd.
To make sure I never forgot that there was a moment that Craig said we shouldn't talk on that. So, every day.
Dan went straight. I was talking. I said, let's just do it. See how it feels. And if it feels good, we'll go with it. If it doesn't feel good, we'll throw it out the window. And Dan just got up with a whiteboard eraser and put it on the whiteboard. He's like, "Let's don't talk about it," in parentheses. I never hear that one.
Craig Girard on the bottom of that. It's still up there, by the way. I did it in permanent ink, so.
That's great.
Harley, you probably got this.
Oh No incriminating stories, Charlie.
I have a lot of stories. I'm trying to think of one I can tell that everybody can relate to, but I'm sure everybody can relate to all these stories. But I just want to throw this out. We literally walked in the door 5 minutes before the Zoom call from getting back from Mexico, being gone for 4 months, and walked in. There's a pipe busted, water flowing, and I'm like, fuck it, I've got to get to the Zoom call. Unpack the suitcases. I got an iPad. Where's the computer? I ended up grabbing my phone and just hitting the link that Eliana had sent. So,
The great Charlie Brown.
where's the damn computer? Okay, my phone's a computer. I forgot my phone's a computer. At least.
Oh, Lord.
40 years. You know, I remember when, wasn't so long ago when Craig was not even 40 years old. And, you know, that picture, Craig, that you put up, I think it was on Facebook, of you and Charlie, your buddy, your best buddy Charlie from way back before I met you. And was your dad in that picture too?
No,
Were you?
it was actually my best friend that I joined the Army with. We've known each other since 5th grade, and we were both 16 in that photo.
Yeah. Charlie Canucas, or I can't remember. What was his last name?
Yeah, so the photo was 3 of us, but the one thing about my face was, you know, it was 16. But I had that face, which is just like, you know, like tongue out, all that stuff. A couple of, like, I remember either Eagle or Todd Hawkins, like, he photoshopped that on a bunch of photos, like current photos, like we were in France, like he photoshopped that face on my body. It was awesome, man. I wish I could just put the photo up right now.
That picture, that photo, Craig, of you when you were in that, you know, doing that dirt dive, you look like you were 15 years old, and where you were about 15, right?
Yeah, I was like, there's a couple photos of my first jump that I looked like.
It's awesome. Fantastic.
What was that, Arlo?
I just hit my flipping knee on the table.
Ooh.
It's time since you have been around at the outside.
Oh, really? I love the light.
Had anything you want to add?
Who?
Stein?
What's that?
Stein? I said since you were with them, you know, like when you were filming, you were hanging out, watching them. Do you have anything you want to add?
That I can share?
No.
That you can.
I guess probably the most memorable thing, like, I'm going to tell a story that isn't related to any of us, but it's about Craig. And it's that day to day, it's those little things that are always like the biggest for Craig, like taking a bite of an apple and having him try and make you eat a bite, like take a bite because it's the best apple ever. And I remember, like, you know,
Exactly.
it is. I mean, that's Craig Girard in a nutshell, but it's like I posted today, it's the Craig Girard show. And it's never about him. It's never, you know, looking inside. It's always about, like, who else can I meet? And getting on the tram on a day, you know, just a normal training day. And, you know, Eloy has so many people coming and visiting, and it's like the Mecca. I remember the first time I came there, I was too embarrassed to even go in. You know what I mean? It was just so overwhelming. And then you've got start showing up, you get on the tram, and here's the kid just sitting here just like, oh my God, look at all these people, you know, all these legends or whatever. And who sits next to him? Craig, every damn time. And it's like, hey, I'm Craig, what's your name? You know what I mean? The hand's like all the way in their face. And then I remember one specific story was a guy, and Craig talked him all the way to the plane, knew everything about him, never said a word about himself. And we saw this guy like a year or two later, somewhere in Europe or somewhere else. And, you know, the guy's like, hey, I'm so-and-so. I don't know if you're like, it's Dan, isn't it? You know, or whatever his name was. And you pulled it out like that. And this guy just melted. Like, I've never seen someone just like, this guy remembers me. How does he remember me? You know? But it was that, like, I think you and Kirk were the most inspirational to me that way, where you remembered everybody. You made a point to remember everybody and their name, and it's overwhelming, because typically it's just, you're supposed to be arrogant. You're supposed to be an ass.
Good point. Good point.
You're a wonderful human being, Craig.
Yeah. Yeah,
He taught me a few things, not only about skydiving. We were hanging out in the trailer, as you do at Rantoul, and he said something about texting, and I'm like, what is texting? He goes, you don't know what texting is? Pulls out a phone, and he texts Johnny Eagle. He says, check it out. I bet he answers. And I think he texts, I love you, man. And Eagle comes back, oh, I love you too, Craig. And that's when I learned about texting in my trailer in Rantoul.
That's how long we've known each other, Rhonda.
One of the many gifts of Craig Girard, you know. Man, he remembers everybody's name.
He does.
I'm brave of faces. My boy Craig, he remembers everybody's name. You know, and it's like, can he shoot for 5 minutes and chat with you? He's gonna remember your name. You know, like, I wish I had that talent.
Yeah.
You know?
I hear you.
Sure, that's a skill.
That is a skill.
When we started this new team, Jerry, our other teammate, didn't know Craig and Eliana at all, and not know them or really not know who they were in the skydiving world. And I was trying to do my best to, explain. And I said, it's, at some point, Craig's going to take us to Craigland. And he said, what's Craigland? And I said, I can't explain it, but you'll know when we're there. And it was things like that apple, oh, this is the best, everything was the best. And it might have taken to the second day of training. And Jerry looked at us and was like, this is Craigland, right? This is it. It's the happiest place in the world. Welcome.
I think that's the truth.
We were sitting in the room watching video, and a bird came up and landed on the door outside. We were watching. I was like, it's not like squirrel, but I was like, look at that bird. And it was like turn around, and Jay was like, Craigland.
And Andre, what has been your experience with Craig in Brazil?
Wow, Craig. I remember two things that Craig. First of all, Craig helped me in the US. Did you remember, Craig, when? Yeah, in Best Buy, I was arrested. Yes, and then I was in a big trouble, and then I told the cops, "Hey, call my dad." Call Craig, please.
Let me elaborate on this story. So these guys would go up to Best Buy, which is an hour away, but they brought all these U.S. dollars from Brazil, and they're in $100 bills. And so they bought a bunch of equipment and stuff, and they paid for it. And so some of them were counterfeit. And so they called me, and so I got a call from the security. They're like, do you know these two gentlemen? Andre Raz and Fabio Janice. And I was like, yeah. He's like, these guys have counterfeit bills. They're trying to pass them. We're calling the Secret Service. And I was like, hold on. Let me drive up there right now. And so when I got there, they were both in handcuffs. But they released them because they were
okay. Just old, very old bills.
They weren't counterfeit. They were like 30 bills. Yeah.
But thank you, Craig. Thank you very much. But when Craig come to Brazil, it's amazing because he here, and then he start to have the first briefing with the group. And then he realized the group doesn't speak English, nobody. And then he asked me, hey, who can speak English? And then I said, nobody. Oh my. And he spent 1 week talking to everyone and saying their names. he could communicate with everyone. It's amazing. You can connect the Craig's world. It's happening in Brazil as well. Yeah, it's amazing. Craig.
Brazilians are some very loving people. So it's not that hard. One of the things, if you go to Brazil, the first time you go, you're like, you put your hand out like, I'm Craig. They're just, everybody's hugging, man. It's just,
That's great.
handshake. It's just hug.
No
There. Spend a week there, you come back home, and you're just hugging everybody. Some people are just like, easy, man. Take it easy.
Hugging you.
Thank you, Andre.
Yeah. So how about the first lady now say something memorable? I bet you have plenty.
Well, man, we've had so many awesome adventures and experiences together, and been through many teams and many countries and many friends. But I'm just, I got in front row seats to see him, who he is, and one of the cool things is, he's this, really enthusiastic, positive, just happy guy. But it doesn't shut off when he leaves the drop zone. He's like that from the moment he gets up to the moment he goes to bed, and it's for real. Like, it's no show. It's not just in front of some people and when he's doing boogies or whatever. It's every day. So I've gotten front row seats to that, and he inspires me every day. He's just always so happy and positive and loving, and I'm so fortunate to have him.
How can you possibly take so much of that?
It must be exhausting.
She's the same way. She wakes up in the morning like sunshine. It's just like, that smile is this big in the morning. It's just like.
So, Eliana, thank you for sharing that, because I never slept with him. So I always wondered how it was in the morning.
I
I've shared many beds with Greg.
all slept together.
Yasu!
Oh, Yasu!
Is Yasu-chan here?
How are you?
Yasu-chan! Hi, Yasu-chan! Ohayo! Ohayo gozaimasu!
Yeah, 9 o'clock. Yeah.
Monday morning.
My office.
Tuesday night. Tuesday night.
Tuesday night.
No, Monday night.
Monday night. Monday night.
Tuesday
I
night.
always get it wrong.
Yeah, congratulations, 40 years anniversary.
Yes. いたしまして。
Hi. So, this was Greg and
Nick.
Mickey.
Oh, yeah.
Mickey.
That's awesome. Yeah, who's new picture there? Favorite photo from base jumping. There's a photo of Will Pesic that Yasser took, which is unbelievable. It looks like Will. He's like Jesus Christ. Like he's in a full like stand up with his arms out. But it's like, oh yeah, I've seen that one. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable.
So, Craig, before we go on, let me just say, Mom called me like 30 minutes before. She's like, I can't see. I gotta watch it. I'm like, Mom, easy. It's 30 minutes from now. So she sends her best to you. She loves you. Mauro Muniz is hoping to have another 100 years of skydiving with you. And Arnaldo Falabella is also saying, congratulations, my coach. Good to see you guys.
It's great. It's great to see everybody here. I just want to say that Craig is a storyteller, but more than just a storyteller, he actually is the story half the time.
Yeah.
And as much as I love all you guys, everybody else here is like, and I want to hear stories from everybody talking about Craig. But in the end, I think we all would rather hear Craig tell stories.
He's the best storyteller. That's right. That's right, Charlie.
Have a special invitation to to come to our house for a story time.
Story time.
Make it 3 days. 3 days.
Story time.
We'll come to Craig's House Challenge. Forget Arizona Challenge. We'll come to Craig's House Challenge.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. You with the good time.
I'm looking at each one of these squares, and it's like I know I haven't said anything to Doug or I touched it a little bit. Who else was in here? Yes, Ziara. Well, I saw Ziara in there, but Troy, yeah. But I saw Troy and Sarah switch places. but you guys, I love you guys so much, and it's like
Love you too, Craig.
This is the most we can do during COVID because normally we just book a trip and we'd all go meet there. Okay, when we can open up, Ziara and Gorginho invited us to their wedding. We had tickets, we were getting ready to go, and the governor came and shut it down.
No.
Oh no.
Oh, sorry, Z.
I was looking forward to see a lot of you guys, but you guys, we have to do it next year. We have to do it next year.
Bruce had COVID. We can all do it now, right?
Yeah.
Got
Yeah.
COVID.
Actually, we're running away.
I'm in.
It's I don't know how if anybody watches this, it's we have to have been good friends. But you guys, thank you guys so much for doing this for me, and I don't have enough words for it, and that's the one time you're going to hear me say that.
Well, Eliana put it together. She did such an amazing job of getting everybody on it.
Yeah.
And I mean, you guys helped. I was like, help me reach whoever you can. And Breno putting this Zoom call together, but he's been blown away by all the love from all over the world. And I so appreciate you guys helping me celebrate him because we all know how special he is. And so I just
We all love him.
great opportunity to let him know and to share this. And he is definitely feeling the love from the entire world. It's been very overwhelming. Yeah.
He has a special gal.
That's
Gal.
Special friends. Thank you guys. Yeah.
Breno, that was awesome too. Your effort.
Yeah, Breno, thank you for putting this together.
Oh man, I've been trying this for a long time, and when I heard that from Eliana, I said, man, it's going to be a total different live. We're not going to talk about skydiving. We're going to talk about friendship, and the new jumpers have to find this out. Like when I started, I'm trailing Craig for 2 years. I'm 38, so I've got 38 into skydiving, and I remember back in the days with the T10s and all of that stuff, military stuff. And we would go to the drop zone to see our family. You didn't even know if you were going to get to jump. But at that time, you just went to hang out with people. And nowadays, man, people just come in the drop zone and get out and just looking up. And it's like, so I thought it was a great, and thank you so much, Craig, for being available, because this is a great moment to show not only who you are, but what skydiving really is all about. Thank you.
But the family.
The people on this screen, you guys, that's what skydiving's about. And we're going to see each other again.
And
I'm going to see you guys too.
it's his 40th year of skydiving, but it's not just this one day. When you guys see him, within the next year, we can keep celebrating.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
By the way,
we're gonna
guys.
celebrate this week, Friday, huh?
Friday.
Friday.
So if you guys visit our channel, the Brazilian Confederation channel, which is this one, which is on YouTube, it's going live on YouTube now. There's we've had Kirk, we've had Dan BC, we've had a bunch of people. So really cool lives. You guys can watch it later on.
Hey, Breno.
Awesome.
Breno,
Yeah.
can you let Dennis back in?
I did.
I think he doesn't feel like he's in. Or maybe I got
Wow.
Dennis.
Circle of trust.
Dennis,
Oh, I'm in. Thank you, Eliana. I'm in.
turn our video
You're out,
on.
you're out.
Video.
Turn your video on.
Dude,
Are you in the bathroom or something?
You guys, we actually our power died here a couple hours ago, and so now we're on the cell phone. Yeah, always something. But hey, I know it sounds like everybody's wrapping up here.
Not really. We still have at least 10 minutes.
One quick story. One quick story that I'd like to highlight, and a couple people will know this personally, but Craig has, he hasn't been in my life, the full 40 years of his skydiving career because, well, I was 6 then, but when he started. but besides that, we went to a competition, Milevsky meet in Russia, and we were competing in both 4-way and 8-way. And Craig being Craig, it was a long day. We started with 4-way, the 2 airspeed teams competing against each other, then moving on to 8-way with us, coming together and competing together. And it was like 8 p.m. in Russia. We'd been there all day, and we're sitting out there waiting for our plane. And Craig's like, "Isn't this kind of great to be out here? Just beautiful Russia, just waiting for." And everybody on the team looked at him and said, "No."
Not at all.
Not at all. And I think Frank might have buckled a little bit and said, "Yeah, I was trying, guys." Love you, Craig.
It was like 9 p.m. We were like waiting for our last load, and we're like, it was just such a long day.
The sun was like this far off the horizon. Like I thought it was gonna be a night jump, and everybody's exhausted. Like people are just like, and I looked at that sunset. I was just like, man, isn't it cool? And those guys are all just like, what is wrong with you, man?
Take that sunset and shove it up your ass.
A great leader.
Yeah. So, but anyway, Mark anticipated, Mark, and you did a great speech, and I just want to catch on that. And it's like, Charlie, you're gonna like to hear this. I was talking to Craig once you become best friends with Craig 5 minutes into it, right? It doesn't take more than 5 minutes, but you're best buddies right off the bat. But anyway, it was funny because it took me perhaps a couple of months and maybe a few times being with Craig to actually realize what was going on. And I was talking to Craig going exactly what Mark said, like, man, you're supposed to be an a-hole. You're supposed to be a sky god. You're supposed to not even look at me, You're not even supposed to make eye contact with me. What's up with that? But anyway, and then I was talking to him and I was like, dude, what's the best thing? It's actually, now I consider myself your buddy, your friend, your brother. It's so funny to be brother with your idol, with your hero, man. It's incredible. Yeah. And he said the same thing about you, Charlie.
Yeah. Oh, I remember, I don't know, early on, at some point, Craig said, I remember now. I was skydiving with Craig. It's filling in for BC. Dan, you were sick one day in Australia in 99, I think. Was it? And so I jumped in your place just for the training jump, I think. And Craig said, "Yeah, Charlie, I remember when I was looking at you and we were on the Golden Knights and you gave me a thumbs up, like you did good on that jump." And Craig was so happy, did a couple barrel rolls tracking off. I told him, I said, "Man, that's what I feel about you now. When you give me the thumbs up, you've gone way past me, and I'm kind of on the retirement mode." You're like, "You're good on that." "Oh, awesome. I did a couple barrel rolls tracking off." I was like, so,
I got a couple more on that one. Speaking of tracking off, I don't know how many times Craig would track off, do a 180 and come back Superman right on by, but probably talking about like Craig as a person again, that makes something out of nothing. And it might have been yours, Troy. I think we were out at the bent prop one night, a couple drinks in, whatever. Someone's got a scooter. We go outside. And it's like Craig gets on the scooter. He's like, gets on in this little scene, like, ee, and he just takes off, goes out of sight, comes back, comes around the corner. There's stones, totally wipes out, and you can see like 6'3" of just riding across like people, like. And I kid you not, he's sliding on the ground, tearing the skin off his hands and knees, and at the same time pulls it back underneath him. It's like, out of break, big smile, right into the bed prop. Right? But it was just how it went quiet for like a second to.
That was Troy. It was a scooter that had a nitrous kit on it.
It was like
a scooter, and it had a nitrous kit on there. And can you imagine? It was like a little 2-foot, like a stand-on scooter.
Yeah.
And it goes high speed. It gets a high frequency vibration in it. So I was a bunch of people in front of the pit prop. I was going to do a fighting. It didn't happen. I went on the concrete.
It went south quick.
Yeah.
But you pulled up better than anybody else with the biggest smile, and then all of a sudden,
Can someone tell me how to send a chat? I'm not very good at speeches, but I have this chat typed up, but I can't figure out how to send.
It's on the bottom, right, bottom center. There's a chat. But go ahead, try to talk it anyway. Try to talk it out. Go ahead.
Get up, Troy. Come on, Troy. You can do it.
You have the floor. I can read it, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just a sec.
Quiet time.
So anyway, till you figure it out, it's right at the bottom in the center. One of the most fearful moments I had was in Thailand when I got into a tuk-tuk, and all of a sudden, Craig hands this guy out a $10 bill and says, "This is extra for you if you get there ahead of that one tuk-tuk." And I thought I was going to die on the way there, man. I swear.
But he's frozen.
Okay, I will read this because I can't. I have it typed in the chat, but I can't figure out how to send the chat.
Read it, Troy.
Okay, so I sent this to Craig earlier today. Craig, I want to wish you a happy 40th year in skydiving. I remember hearing about you coming back from deployment in the Army, working on helicopters and not having jumped in a long time. And then you won the meet in Eloy. I think it was Valentine's meet or the money meet. Side note to that, which isn't in my note to Craig, but I remember, Craig, years later, you were a legend, and we were running around in the trailers at night at Eloy, and I don't know if you remember, I said, we've been waiting a long time for that, Craig. And you said, what? And all the years I knew Craig, you had never made it a brainwalk. And that, 3 years in, and I'm like, everyone's been waiting for that one, Craig. But
that's a special gift for you, Troy.
So I think it was the Valentine's meet or the money meet. And then I said, you immediately became a legend to me, and I was ecstatic being able to do a team with you. You're still a legend to me, and I am immensely honored and grateful to have you and Eliana as friends. You are the all-around kindest, most positive person / soul that I know. I would not be where I am in life if it were not for your friendship, support, direction, and belief in many of the things I've done. Your mentorship has guided me in the past in skydiving and now continues to in many aspects of my life. I will pay you back.
Thank you, Troy.
Nice, Troy.
Yeah.
But Troy, say something good about Craig now.
Thank you very much.
So, Craig, I would never ask you this in public, but I'll ask you anyway because I think everybody wants to know this, but nobody has the guts to ask you. But I will, okay?
Part of the world.
Do you have any enemies? Have you ever had any enemies in the world, in life? No, you had to think. You don't. We know. It's a joke, buddy.
It's like if you have to learn to forgive. It's like you can't like hold a grudge. There's maybe 2 people that I can think of right now, but I saw them and we forgave each other. So.
Has anybody here ever seen Craig in a bad mood or seen him, upset?
Hell no.
I've seen it. And it's the most bewildering fucking thing you've ever seen in your life. You remember when we went to Thailand, when Breno mentioned Thailand, I thought about this. We were on a longtail boat with Daryl. We were going diving, and Craig, we now know he didn't feel well. He was sick. He had gotten something. But we're getting off the boat, and we're unloading, off the boat. You got to wade through the water, and he's got his gear and stuff. And like water's getting on us and stuff. And he really showed agitation, which I'd never ever seen before. He made some remark like, "This is fucked up," or "This is." It truly scared me to my core. Like things were not right in the world anymore. I just looked.
I'm in a parallel universe.
He had to be joking, first of all. You're like, man, no, I think he's really meant what he said. Of course, he was sick, but it was the most puzzling thing to see it happen.
Parallel universe, John.
It was frightening for me. It took me a while to get over it.
Hey guys, it does happen, but it takes a lot.
It doesn't look right on you at all. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
It's a good one, John.
I'm Pastor Rock.
We should try to wrap this up pretty soon. But thank you guys all for the
love you, Craig.
man, guys.
So good to see everybody.
Thank you.
We love you, Craig.
Love you.
Love you, Craig.
Love you. Congratulations.
Thank you,
Yeah,
brother.
Remember, we're meeting at my house next year, right? Everybody back for 3 days.
I thought we were doing like
Fantastic. On the
We're
schedule.
outside your door now.
Bling, bling. Ding, dong.
I got for everybody's thing.
Congratulations, Craig. 50 years though. We haven't done shit unless we've been in for 50 years. Right?
50 years is the live version.
One of you guys in there, Doug. I was like,
Doug was a little quiet over there.
I was on mute most of the time, just listening to all the good stories.
thank you guys. I wish I could go individual with you guys, with Juliana and Andre and Ciara and Gorgino, even though he's smoking a cigarette in bed next to you, probably.
Yasu-chan.
You guys, and Mike, you guys, thank you guys so much. Stein, Arlo, you guys, amazing.
Love you.
Love you guys.
It's good to see you guys, and thank you so much, Breno and Eliana.
Thank you.
Thank you.
John, you guys. Thank you, Charlie. Yeah, Rhonda.
Let's see you guys soon.
Dennis is. Is that Dylan? Oh, my glasses. Hey, Dylan. I can see Dylan. I'm like this. Like, hell is he in there? Wait, hold on. Let me see Dylan. Jackie, thank you so much.
Oh, I want one of those hugs, Craig.
And he's celebrating his 40th year all year, so you know.
All right.
This year's going to be great. This year, the coronavirus thing.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Guys, I love you, family, the whole family. I love you guys, and I miss you guys very much.
I miss you too, Breno.
Congrats, Craig.
Yes,
Very much.
Congrats. Thank you, guys.
Love you, brother.
Love you guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Love you guys.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Hey, guys, just Hold on one sec here. Hold on one sec. There's something.